Hey everyone, Caffeine here, and I am happy to announce that I have reached 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. Yes, 50,000. So I decided I would make a video for all of you saying thank you for helping me achieve this goal and answer any questions that you may have coming right up. Hello again, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate all the love and support I have gotten over the last 6 years of being on YouTube. On Monday, March 17th of 2025, I achieved a total subscriber count of 50,000 subscribers, and can't say enough how grateful I am for each and every one of you, so thank you. And to celebrate 50,000 subscribers on my channel, I decided to do two things. One was a live stream that I did this past weekend. So much love and support in the live stream. It was great having you all there to share in this for me, but I know not everyone can be in the live streams. So I did want to put together this video being the second thing that I'm doing for my 50K celebration. And what I did was I asked on all of my social medias, on a YouTube post, on my Facebook page, on my Twitter page, on my Instagram page. I asked you guys, is there anything you guys wanted to know about me? I will answer any of your questions, and I got numerous questions, so let's get right into those questions. Our first question comes from Cart, and he asked if I had any regret or if I would have done anything differently on my channel. And that is a great question, and I don't think that I have any regrets. From day one, I just tried to get 1% better in each and every one of my videos. I tried to learn something new each and every time. I constantly did research, well, constantly. For like the first 6 months, I heavily did research. But then over time, continued to watch videos occasionally about what was working and what wasn't working for most channels, as the YouTube algorithm tends to change constantly. And my videos have definitely come a long way since my first video. Oh my goodness. You guys, go on my page and search by reverse order and check out my first video. Don't check it out. Don't check it out. But you'll see how far my videos have come. Could I have done other things to make the channel more successful? Well, when it comes down to it, the only thing I didn't really do on my channel was add much controversy, and controversy on YouTube is really what seems to get success. It's really what kind of hits the news when there's a big story, usually revolving around controversy. But that's just not part of my personality. I tend to be a pretty easygoing person. I don't like conflict, and because of that, I think it may have hurt my channel a little bit. I do think the people that love my channel love the wholesome nature of me and my channel. Unfortunately, the most popular people on YouTube don't tend to be the most wholesome people, and I did want to stick to energy drink reviews as well as caffeine safety, and that's what I've done. And in doing all of that, I have hit 50,000 subscribers in 6 years. Would have liked to get there a little bit quicker since the channel did actually start off really well, but I can't complain too much. The next question is an easy one that numerous people have asked me. They asked me in my comments now, they've asked me in my live streams in the past, and it's just an extremely common question, so I'll answer it here as well. But with all of the energy drinks that have come out, the energy drink world constantly changing, what is your all-time favorite energy drink out of everything? And the truth is, when people ask me that, I usually point them to my top 10 videos, because I do numerous top 10 videos of all my favorite drinks, so you can always check those videos out. I got an entire playlist of my top favorite energy drinks. But people just like to jump into a stream or just ask a question randomly if they're not familiar with the channel. What's your favorite drink? And as much as it is an easy question, the answer isn't as easy, because there are so many different flavors. There are so many changing energy drinks out there. So I typically don't give just one. If I did have to give one based on flavor alone, I only scored one drink a perfect 10, and that is the Ghost Swedish Fish. But because it's a perfect 10 and it tastes so perfect, I don't like to have perfection every single day. I leave it as a special treat to myself, but that is my top rated energy drink. As for the drink that I personally drink the most, it is currently the Gorilla Mind Mango Peach. I am a huge fan of nootropics, so when people say your all-time favorite, this is a relatively new all-time favorite. It's only been out for several months now, but my favorites have always been changing, because like the question said, with so many changing energy drinks, what's your favorite? I am still looking for the perfect pina colada flavor. I miss my 3D Gold, I miss my Alani Nu, Trippy Hippie, but I am certain that even though it is March of 2025 and Gorilla Mind Mango Peach has been my favorite for several months now. Could potentially change, but as of right now, it's my favorite go-to drink. Cowboy asks, how did you become Caffeine Man? Well, that's pretty much just my origin story that I've talked about numerous times, so I don't want to get into too much detail right now because I have lots of videos on it. But in short, I basically felt like energy drinks weren't getting the proper respect that they deserved. I thought that the energy drink reviews that were out there were lacking. I thought that I might be able to do it better by not just telling you it tastes good or bad, but to tell you a little bit about the company, tell you a little bit about the ingredients in the drink, as well as a detailed taste test. And that's what I really felt the review world was missing. But I did also want to teach people about caffeine safety, let people know that not all energy drinks are bad for you. And I really just wanted to spread the word about caffeine safety as well as energy drink reviews. Wang asked, what is your favorite palindrome? And I gotta say that ever since I was a kid, I was really a fan of race car. It was the longest word that I knew, even though I'm sure there's probably others, but that was the one that I liked the most. As for an actual sentence, I've always been a fan of neither odd or even. For some reason, that one really seemed to make sense. It seemed like a very common phrase. It wasn't really a forced palindrome. And those are my two favorites. Evil Cowboy and Azure asked a similar question. It's a slightly longer question, so I'm actually going to put them on the screen. You guys can actually read it while I actually answer the question, because it's going to be a long explanation or a long answer, and you guys can multitask, right? Just because I'm talking, you can still read. Actually, you can just pause the video and read their question. But energy drinks were somewhat simple and somewhat standardized for at least the first decade that they were actually in business. And besides coming out with different flavors and not that many creative flavors, energy drinks were pretty basic. It wasn't until Bang revolutionized the industry about 10 years ago, bringing a 300 milligrams of caffeine pre-workout energy drink with unique flavors to the market that just changed everything. With their success, competition has driven the energy drink market sky high. That being said, in my opinion, I do think that the creativity of energy drink genres has reached its peak. Between regular energy drinks, pre-workout energy drinks, healthy energy drinks, thermogenic energy drinks, and now nootropics, I think everything has been done, and I don't really see many other categories being added. Will the flavors continue to grow and get any better? Well, I don't see why not. I see that definitely changing and constantly growing, because there's so much room for creativity with the flavors that they can come out with the chemists coming out with so many unique energy drink flavors. And now you have all these companies doing candy collabs with Skittles, with Sour Patch Kids, Swedish Fish, and so many more, that there are so many other companies out there, so many other foods and drinks that you can collab with, such as Kool-Aid, Sunny D, and so many more, that really all they have to do is be kind of creative, think outside the box a little bit, and we're gonna continue to get great flavors. I mean, there is key lime pie. Once you can start making desserts into energy drinks, you're going a little bit overboard, but you can make so many different kinds of creative energy drinks. But I do think that the genres have been pretty much worked out already. They tried to do a little bit of hydration energy drinks, but now most companies have gone with just hydration drinks without the caffeine, because caffeine actually is a diuretic, so it didn't really make much sense. So I think the genres are going to stay where they are, but I think the flavor categories are going to continue to expand because there is so much competition. Eritree came in with an interesting question. It wanted to know, how many shirt combinations do I have to match the cans? Well, the wardrobe has definitely changed throughout the years due to just basic wear and tear, because these aren't just Caffeine Man outfits, they are shirts that I wear every day. Although, even though I wore these shirts every day, I did end up buying some extra ones for Caffeine Man. And when it comes to the short sleeve shirts, I call those my undershirt, like this one here. I have about 16 different shirts, all in different colors, some of the colors being multiple colors, such as the blue ones being light blue, medium blue, dark blue. But 16 is a pretty high number for a person to have t-shirts, but there definitely are a lot of color combinations out there. And that's just the undershirt. For the overshirt, I know I probably should have wore a regular shirt, but actually, I mean, I have them around because I do so many different reviews. I have some. Like, these are the ones that I just wore this weekend. Got like a light purple here. I also have a dark purple. I actually wore this one. This isn't a Caffeine Man shirt specifically. I just didn't have any brown shirts, and this was the closest thing I had brown for my root beer review. but I actually have 24, yes, 24 different overshirts, which are button down short sleeve shirts and button down long sleeve shirt that I wear for the videos. There are a lot more variations in color between the light purples, dark purples, light blues, dark blues, different oranges and yellows. But yes, that is a lot. There are 24 of those that I wear, and those are the ones that I wear in the videos. I do actually have other shirts that I don't wear in the videos, that are other dress shirts that I have, as well as the undershirts. I don't have just 16 undershirts. I have shirts that have dogs on them and words on them and graphics. But when it comes to the Caffeine Man wardrobe, 24 button downs, 16 short sleeve shirts, and if my math is correct, I'm not very good at math, so all I did was multiply those two numbers because each and every one of those mixes with the other one. I think that's how it works, but that's nearly close to 400 different color combinations, which that's a lot. I should have almost all of the cans covered. I have over 1,200 cans. I did actually get the Guinness World Record. That's one of my accomplishments I hit before I got to the 50,000, but the record was 1,019. I am up to 1,200 now, so having nearly 400 options for my clothing works out pretty well. Thank you, Era, to you and your husband for enjoying the color combinations that much and asking your question. Real Talk asked, real talk or fake talk? What's that mean? Well, it has always been real talk. I always give you honest reviews. I always give you my honest opinion, whether I like a drink or don't like a drink. And even though I have a nice personality and don't like controversy, I still let you know as best as possible, in the nicest way possible, if a drink is bad. And early on in my channel, I was a little bit nicer about it. Now, as I've gotten more used to the channel and used to people's personalities, I can actually sometimes spit drinks out and say, sorry, I just spit that out, but it really wasn't that great, because I have always been real with you guys. And what's funny is Real Talk has been a fan of the channel since the beginning, probably since I had like less than 1,000 subscribers or around 1,000 subscribers, because he would come in with these comments and that's all he would say: real talk or fake talk. I was like, what the heck's this guy talking about? And he just did that like on all my videos, and I'm like, yeah, it's real talk. Like, what do you mean fake talk? Is this like fake news? So he's always been a fan of the channel, and when he asked real talk or fake talk, I now know it's real talk. So thank you for all the support, Real Talk. I really do appreciate it, and I will keep giving you the real talk. Stuart wants to know if I would ever drink a 400 milligrams of caffeine energy drink, and he thinks he knows what I'm gonna say. So you know, well, do you know what I'm gonna say? Well, I think he has a good idea what I'm gonna say. I'm pretty sure you all know what I'm gonna say, and that is yes, I would absolutely drink a 400 milligram of caffeine energy drink. And you say, well, are you joking? You're lying? You're trying to trick us, Caffeine Man? Because that's what you do, Caffeine Man. We know what you do. But no, it's true. I would actually drink a 400 milligram energy drink, but it would just be for the review, because I don't purchase Monster products anymore because they're a horrible, evil company. But I don't purchase them for personal use. I do purchase them for my channel, for you guys to get your review. So if there was a 400 milligram energy drink out there, yes, I would taste it out for you guys. I would review it for you guys. Would I drink it personally? Well, no, I wouldn't do that. You guys know I wouldn't do that. Typically, my max is 240 in an energy drink, and that's because I love the Pure Zero TMGS so much from Rockstar. All of their drinks for the Pure Zero sugar-free line is 240, but I typically stick to a 200 to 240 milligram drink. Although I am all over the place, I do have 100, I do have 70, I do 120. I drink anything pretty much 240 and under, but there have been times when I've gone a little higher than that. When Bang was popular, I used to have a couple of Bang drinks that I would like. I would have to say that in the 6 years that I've been doing the channel, I've probably had about 30 to 40 different Bang flavors, because I was a fan of Rainbow Unicorn and Bangster Berry, so I did buy a case of each one of those to drink them. When it comes to Rain, I've probably had about 20 or 30 Rains too. I was a huge fan of that Mango Matic, but they definitely had a lot of good flavors that came out, especially that lychee one too. Bucked Up, I definitely loved some of the Bucked Up drinks, so I occasionally had some of those. I probably had about a dozen or so of the Bucked Ups, and maybe a dozen Raised drinks, and this is excluding the reviews. Besides the reviews I've done, these are additional drinks that I've purchased on my own. of 300 milligram energy drinks to drink for personal use. And the Rays was usually, it was that berries and cream one they had. I was a big fan of that one. So you're looking at probably about a little over 100 or so drinks that I've had that had 300 milligrams in them for personal use. And after 6 years of having my channel and drinking over 4,000 energy drinks in that 6 years, 100 is a very small percentage. So 300 milligram energy drinks aren't a typical thing for me. I usually like the 200 or less. And those were the questions that I received. Thank you all for your questions. Thank you all for your comments. Thank you for sharing my videos with everyone to get me to 50K. Thank you all for your support in helping me reach 50,000 subscribers. Will I hit 100K? Oh, I don't really see that as being a possibility unless like Tosh.0 has me on his podcast now. He doesn't even do TV, it's just podcast. So unless someone famous has me on TV, I'm really not getting the exposure that helps a channel blow up, but anything is possible. If you do want to see that playlist of all my favorite energy drinks, there is a playlist of all my top 10, top 20 energy drinks. And if you want to see some of my funniest moments over the last 6 years, well, actually probably the first 3 or 4 years, I did do that video right there. It is some of mine and your favorite Caffeine Man moments. It's a really funny watch, so be sure to check that out if you never saw it. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for getting me to 50K, and until next time, have yourselves a great day. Or night.